this video, I am going to talk about 3 elements that you need to consider that are crucial if you want to start winning at today's game of running the salon or business of any kind, actually. Three elements that you need to pay attention to if you want to attract, connect, and retain today's consumer. Easy, frictionless, and convenient. They're just going to go to the nearest, quickest place that they can get to on the way home. You need to start standing for something true, authentic, because people have little bullshit meters and they know when they are being just listening to words. Phrases that are becoming meaningless they're just overused. Sustainability, authentic, diverse, give back, and so on. We hear that absolutely everywhere, but they are always going to be just words. And what's really important is your actions. In the end, that's it. After 2 years of listening to governments and institutions tell us lies and half-truths, consumers are waking up to a new understanding that you just can't believe everything that you hear. In developing a membership program for today's consumer, it's crucial that you weave in your culture and what you stand for in everything that you do. Now, I don't believe that I'm wrong in saying that the skill level to which you run your business, like your back end, your color, your inventory control, your pay systems, your salon models, super important stuff that is completely meaningless if your messaging is off. So we need to start looking at your actions, not just what you're telling people on your social. A salon that talks about sustainability and doesn't recycle or isn't a member of Green Circle, those things are getting noticed by today's millennial, which is, by the way, the ideal customer for you. Salons that talk about health and wellness still use color that has ammonia in it. That's noticed. Salons that talk about diversity and don't have a specialist that looks after African American hair or has somebody with some diverse skills, these are things that get noticed. There is a change in the air and different things matter today. So I want you to think about where you do business and why you do business there. And if you have ever been guilty of buying something on Amazon that you could buy locally, we are driven by easy, convenient, and frictionless. There are things that you can do about this to keep people from turning to Amazon, because there's a bigger problem than Amazon sales today. Let me tell you a story. I recently bought some gold. And I knew what I wanted. I'd already done my research and I knew what I expected to pay. I knew that there was a place locally, a reputable dealer. I got all the information I needed online. So I figured I'm spending quite a bit of money, so I'm gonna go and buy it locally. That's only about 15 minutes away. And I went in there and they were really great. They answered all of my questions and I was feeling really comfortable about it. I'm spending quite a bit of money on this gold. And so when it came time to do the actual transaction, they told me that I couldn't use my credit card. They told me that they didn't have it in stock, that they'd have to order it in. Now, this is not just a gold pawn. I went in there, they couldn't take my purchase. They said I had to bring in a bank draft or e-transfer, and then when the gold came in, I would then go in and pick it up. And I'm thinking, okay, I really liked the people. They were very nice people, very knowledgeable, super professional. Long story short, I went home and I bought from a dealer online and it was delivered to me in 2 days. But it gets even better than that. The place that I did buy the gold from contacted me a couple of days later to make sure everything was okay. They asked me if I wanted to dollar cost average in so that I could continue building my metals. Get a little gold in your pocket, people. And so they asked me, they have a plan for that, and for a small fee I could be a member and they would look after all of this for me. I'm like, yes, because these were things I already wanted to do, and they just stepped right into my head and said, this girl probably wants to buy more gold. That is a serious example of how people and businesses today are losing business. The level of loyalty that we once had is just not enjoyed as much as we once did. Over the pandemic, we did not blow up when they couldn't get their hair done. And so now we've just learned to figure things out a little bit. So we are going to talk about that end game in just a few minutes. Secondly, stand for something, stand against something, be bold and be who you are, authentic and real, because any good millennial or Gen Z are going to spot your truth from outside the door. And I'm telling you, it's true. And so when you You are in this world that is so divided. You cannot walk this middle ground. Think what you want, stand up. There are people just like you wanting to come and do business with you. I'm going to give you an example of something that was kind of interesting and something that I've actually been able to live out in my own life. This place where I buy my very specific dog food for my very specific French bulldog, it's not super convenient for me. They lose one. And also, I'm pretty confident that the price that I'm paying is probably a little bit more. I don't know. I've never double checked them. And I've never seen a sale sign in their business ever. They do have every Tuesday, people can come and get a special buy on it because they do care. Some people are having some hard times buying things. So I'm pretty confident that I'm paying a little bit more in the place. But there's a couple of things. First of all, they have a membership program. Second of all, they know my name. They address all of Sophie's concerns and allergies without following me around the store and hounding me or being disinterested. So they're very knowledgeable. However, their computer is stupid slow, okay? So there goes the convenience, relevance, and speed, because I value time above all things. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about one more thing, and this is big for me because I have to adapt and adjust to. And for those of you who've been listening to me for a while, you're gonna notice that I'm saying stuff differently now than I did last year because things are different now than they were last year. Things are moving like that. So I'm going to talk about this end run. I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet. So there's this emerging brand trend where there's this end run happening in all businesses, where not only the retail business, but your services too. So in all businesses, from Peloton, they're taking service dollars from the gym, the fitness industry, right? They're showing people how to do stuff at home. And if you think about our professional brands, diversity is the least of our problems. Big major brands that we deal with now are selling their products directly to the consumer. Their number one goal is to get their products into the consumer's hands. So it's not diversion. You might go, oh no, this brand is being sold online, I'm not carrying it anymore. The problem with that kind of thinking is you cannot carry obscure brands and actually do a screaming business in your retail. You need to lock onto the kind of marketing that you're going to be able to get from major brands. But how, you ask? And why should I? Because you should never give up your dollars just because you're pissed off at somebody. So just because they're doing that, they're doing what they need to do to run their businesses, and you're going to do what you need to do. This is a weird one. I don't know if you've ever seen Mondo. I don't know if Mondo knows this, but he's been creating a whole bunch of home hairdressers. And now I can actually go and buy Color Box, Madison Reed from Amazon Color. There's so many places where you can get this customized color shipped right to your door every month if you like, on a subscription, easy peasy. And if you think people aren't doing it, you're crazy. They are doing it because they are consumer. I'm gonna talk about millennials tomorrow because you guys gotta hear what this stuff that I discovered last night is crazy good about how they're not even valuing the hair as much as they are really the community and the other amazing things that you do for them. Anyway, so you can go on YouTube right now and they will walk you through how to color your hair, and a lot of people are doing it. And they did it out of necessity because their stupid government shut down all y'all salons. People had to do something. So you better know, some of them figured it out just fine. So there's these two end runs going where now it doesn't even matter about your tech. I know it matters to millennials. They want you to have omni channels and whatnot. What matters to them even more are your core values. So the only thing they cannot replicate is going to be you. Their core values that the millennials, and they're the market that you want to pursue. They are the largest spender of luxury items by far. Between them and Gen X, they just are spending their money because they figure I'm never going to have a house anyway, and they're all about YOLO, living their life day, and they spend hugely in the luxury market. So those are the ones that you want. They are actually between the ages of 25 and 40. Those are the people with the dough. Now, it used to be you could choose who your market was going to be. It used to be, I'm just going to be inexpensive haircutting place and we're going to do lots of haircut for a little low money, or I'm going to be a barber, I'm just going to cut that hair all the day for value, and there's going to be 8 of them sitting in the chair. I'm going to make a... You used to be able to afford to choose who your target market was. You can't anymore because prices and expenses are too high. Look at the price of hair color. your utilities, your everything is just too high. You need to target your luxury customers. And if you want to lock those in, but I can't just niche like that, because we'll see this multiple pricing in salons where we charge, this hairdresser charges this, and this hairdresser charges this, and this hairdresser charges that. And that's fine and good, but you're still spreading your message out super, super thin. Things are just really changing fast. And you can continue on just making bread and eating fine for the rest of your life, or you can start buying gold yourself. And the way to do this is you need to be considering what today's consumer, how you can target that upscale client. I'm going to give you a hot tip here. It's not about the environment. People can tell you all they want, that you got to have this beautiful plushy salon, and you got to dress like this, and you got to be greeting, and you got to have this disingenuous customer journeys. Oh, come with me. How are you doing today? So what kind of shampoo do you use at home? Come off it. Not happening. The more authentically that you can be you and connect with your customers, and you can charge what it is that you're worth, because people are not paying for the hair, they are paying for the way that you make them feel. People want to be a part of your tribe. We're going to show you how to build that. It ain't about money. It's not about how much you charge them. It's not about the value that you give them. Oh, you can have 2 for 1 on every Monday of the month. Those are keys. Those are elements. You're going to use those. But it's about that authentic community. We're going to build you some of that. You guys have a great night. I shall talk to you soon. Bye.